your journey into becoming great is going to depend on your healing. Your healing is going to lead you on this path of understanding, awareness. When you decide to remove yourself from all this toxicity, when you decide to remove yourself from dealing with all that chaos, all that nonsense, all that unnecessary drama, just all, and then understanding that all it was a choice. You chose to be there. You feel me? Before you understood what the manipulation was, you chose. You chose to deal with certain situations throughout your life because you thought that it was the right way to do, to belittle yourself. It's crazy how much of mental limitations that we can put upon ourselves for the importance of somebody else's ego feeling some kind of way when they're around you, to fit in with people who don't even, you know what I mean? Like, if you're on your healing journey and you're watching this video, and I know that you are because you're watching this video, understand this. As you heal and as you gain an awareness of yourself, your perspective on how you conduct yourself is going to change. Your perspective on how you view your company is going to change. Your perspective on your intentions, your choices, and how you move around is going to change. You know, there might not be certain places you want to go anymore. There may not be certain people you want to hang out with. It's not because you're being weird. It's not because you hate these things or these people. A lot of this stuff that you tend to put yourself around doesn't really serve you until you start to understand what serves you for real. When you start to really understand the type of energy of being, the type of way you've been on autopilot with your energy, just giving it away, not really understanding you need that. You need that to be sufficient for yourself. You know, your brain can only do so much when it comes to yourself and for other people. Like, you got to be able to pour into yourself to pour into other people. You can't pour out of an empty cup. You cannot pour out of an empty cup. And that is something that I had to learn the hard way in life. You can't pour out of an empty cup, because you will find yourself in a space where you do not know who you are, losing all that energy, not knowing how to pay attention to self, not knowing that you're putting yourself in so many different types of danger, but you're not thinking about it because all you thought about was jumping in front of people who won't even jump in front for you, type thing. You know what I mean? Like, I want you to be aware of how much energy you've given yourself to people who don't get that kind of energy back. And that's the part that on the healing journey, your perspective on what you've been doing with your intentions will change. You know, you will intentionally put yourself in front of people who actually care about you. When you deal with narcissistic people, when you deal with all the narcissistic abuse, all that, like, you get so stuck in a belief that it scares you to think about yourself. Have you ever been scared to think about yourself, to put yourself first? It's not about putting yourself first before others. It's like you haven't treated yourself. You haven't done something for yourself lately. You know what I'm saying? You haven't bought yourself this meal or this clothing or whatever the case may have you. Like, that kind of stuff is what I'm saying. And what I realize is this: be intentional. Be intentional with your movements, your life. Be intentional with who you get in relationships with. Be intentional with your goals, your habits, what you want to do with your life. Be intentional with your body. Be intentional with your health. Hear me. Along your healing journey, your health is so vital for this too, because what you eat affects your mind, affects your mood, affects how you feel throughout the day. You know, when you sit in that state of the abuse, and your body is just sitting there soaking, you know what I mean? You don't work out, you don't eat right, You eating for comfortability and you just sitting there like you putting yourself in a worse physical and mental and emotional state by eating like that, trying to recover. You can't recover. You cannot recover eating like that. It's going to, like, listen to me and listen to me so serious. And I say this from the bottom of my heart. When I realized how I was eating versus how I eat now as I was recovering, your mood changes. All this stuff comes into full effect about how you feel about yourself, how you bounce back from things. You know, when we get hit by the narcissist mentally, I understand it's a KO. I got that. I got it. It's a KO. You feel me? But you got to get up. You have to get up. Some people don't get up. I hate to be like that, but I'm just keeping it a stack. Like, some people just don't get up. You have to be the one to get up and get up all the way and get your focus back and put your hands up and get ready for this fight to get back to yourself. You've got to be able to be willing to understand that in order to get myself out of dealing with this narcissist and dealing with all these things and worrying about things that aren't even real at this point, because you're not in a relationship. You know what I mean? At this point, if you're watching this video, I would hope you're not in a relationship anymore. You feel what I'm saying? You need to be focusing on yourself and getting yourself out of this mindset, climbing out of that. So many people get trapped in that mindset. And again, when they trapped in that mindset, thinking like that, they eat foods that keep their moods the same way. Not being active with your body. Listen, you only getting one of these bodies. You're not getting another one. Take care of this, because this is going to take care of you. This is going to help you recover from this. This is what's going to get you out of this mental state of depression that you don't have to be in. This is a choice. All this is a choice at the end of the day. It's a mindset. We tend to feel so defeated by the narcissist, and I got it. It can suck. Feeling that defeated, being that defeated. Trust me, I got it. But your mentality has to change. You have to understand the fight is to get back out of this. They want to see you down. They want to see you defeated. I just really want you to understand that too. Like they want to see you defeated. They don't want to see you recover from this. They want to see you walking around moping all the time, worrying about them. That's that they want to see. They want to live rent free in your mind. You have to get out of this. I understand the trauma bond was crazy. It was probably one of the wildest experiences you've ever had. It was probably one of the wildest experiences you've ever had. Trust me. I hear you. Hear me. Climb out of this. Gotta get out of this state. Put yourself in the state of, I've got to get better. I've got to heal. I've got to self-improve. This is for me. This is for the family, for me. The everything. The state of growing on a personal level has to be your fundamental way of climbing out of this to get on your narcissistic abuse recovery journey. Healing. This is everyday. It's lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Take it serious. Get this. Listen. Getting to a version of yourself to be so clear-minded, to be so focused, to be able to breathe, to be able to not have to worry about walking on eggshells every single day, to not have to worry about somebody if this person's gonna unblock you or come see you, or how many days you ain't seen them, heard from them, called from them, none of that. I just having to think about all of that, man. The days, the weeks, the months, the years, thinking about all that. Like, take all that energy and you put that into yourself. Take all of that energy this year. All of that energy and put it to yourself and focus. Lock in on you. To get better, to get out of this, it's going to require a lot of effort. And I know you can do it. You are doing it. You are putting in that effort. You are trying to see this through. You do want to see a version of yourself that is completely free of dealing with this mentally. I know that you are. I know that you may not probably see that it may be like it's not work. I think I'm doing work or whatever the case may have you. It's not going to be linear on how you grow. How you grow is going to be how well you can focus on it. Again, the gateway that I used was fitness. It helped me to progress on this journey faster. Getting into the gym, eating right. You feel me? And I do have my coaching services for my fitness and also my recovery program. You can check the description and link below. But I just want you to understand, putting systems into play for yourself, routines into play for yourself, day by day by day, these daily deposits into you. It's the daily deposit into yourself. That's what's going to help you really get a real clear focus, get a real clear vision, get out of that fog mental, that fog state of mind. The fog state of mind is what people stay in, that cloud. They create that cloud around their head and they just stay in it and they stay stuck in it. And they can't figure out how to clear this fog. You got to put your hands up, and you actually don't even got to put your hands up. You just need to duck down, go under it, go through it, and walk out into the sunlight. You feel what I'm saying? But you got to do it though. Most people get so scared of seeing a version of themselves because they don't even believe it anymore, because the narcissist beat them down that bad in their mind. Don't let people beat you down in the mind like that. Don't be beaten mentally. It was abusive. I understand the words they chose. Why would they talk like that? Why would they use these words? These words of all words, they would say this. They really feel this way, but they felt this way when I first met them. Yes, these people said that. These kind of people who see themselves above you for whatever reason, for whatever ego boost that it may serve them for whatever supply they're trying to get, because they really use your energy to recharge themselves, to try to use that energy to attract another supply. You feel what I'm saying? That's why they bounce back from so many different supplies, because they're using that energy to try to attract so many other supplies. So they come back to you. Recharge. Go keep doing it. I promise you, man, it's the wildest concept that I have probably ever realized about what narcissists do and how it can really affect you on your personal growth, on your journey, on how you wake up and see yourself in the mirror. I used to hate waking up, seeing myself in the mirror, feeling like, man, who is this person? I don't even like this. What's happening? Why am I so consumed by the problems of somebody else? So consumed. Trust me, I definitely understand about how you feel, but to get out of this, you have to walk through the cloud. You have to get to the sunlight. You have to create your own sunlight. Again, the systems, the routines, building your mind, building your body, working on your body, your health. Your health is going to be vital for this entire recovery journey. I'm going to say that again. Your health is going to be vital for this entire recovery journey. And I also want you to understand this too. The smear campaign is going to make you seem like you're not the person that you think you're trying to show, or whatever the case may have you. Even it doesn't matter. Your mind has to live with you at the end of the day. What they say don't even do it. What they say is what they gonna think, and it's their own perspective. For them to even believe in the narcissist like that is wild to me to begin with. So for you to even worry about anything like that is just don't even worry about it. At some point, as you build yourself, as you become who you supposed to be, as you don't let this break you, as you start to develop more discipline and keeping yourself in check and keeping yourself aligned and pouring into your cup to be able to pour into others' cup, the smear campaign is going to backfire. People gonna ask, look around like, oh, so the narcissist said, I thought you said such and such, but they be. You change the narrative by actually doing the work on you that you care about for you. Like, people tend to not people, but just, I know at the beginning, the revenge concept, right? We want to see the downfall or get some kind of revenge. We want to be able to see it's an indirect revenge. You feel what I'm saying? You work on you, genuinely work on you, and it's gonna make them feel some kind of way because you wasn't the way that they perceived upon you, that they used the smear campaign to make you look like this, and also fish it to the new supply that you were like this. All that stuff backfires as you work on you genuinely. It's an indirect revenge concept, is what it is. You feel what I'm saying? That's why I know a lot of people want to see the downfall or why narcissists and them still together, whatever. Your mind needs not to be locked in on it. Worry about the situations that got you into a mental state so you can learn how to work from out of that. But your mind does not need to be locked in on what they're doing anymore. It doesn't. You have to reprogram yourself. You have to get out that habit of worrying about what are they doing? What are you doing? What am I doing? We working. We recovering. You feel what I'm saying? We healing. We focused. Growing, building, becoming. Always grow, build, and become. I mean, you grow and build. You learn this. I've learned this process after all of that. Grow, build, and become. You feel what I'm saying? Grow you, build you, become you. That's the focus after all of this. To even be worried about anything of that situation anymore, anything about them anymore, is so much energy. It's so much energy to worry about that. Just put it into yourself. It's indirect, and it's genuinely on you. Recovering is going to take a lot of energy, a lot of focus. This is why I'm saying that. It takes a lot of energy to get out of this. That's why I say you have to really zone in and focus on you, on building you, on coming out of this. You have to. It's the only way that all of this makes sense and all this even does what it's supposed to do. Execute the framework. Execute the framework. Straight up. Like no contact. No contact. No contact. Find new hobbies. Get your health. Get your health. Get to that. Get that together, because this is how you have the energy to do all of this. To be able to become the best version of you, for you to live in your own body, your own mind, your emotions. You feel what I'm saying? You got to do the work out of that, and you can climb out of that, and you are climbing out of that. And that's the entire year. That's the entire lifestyle. Not dealing with anything more of what was then. That's the past. The past isn't real anymore. You feel what I'm saying? The present is. This is the only time. So every single day, compound effect. Deposit into you. Deposit into you. Deposit into you. So that you can make deposit into others who actually make sense to make deposits in. And they will vice versa. Not dealing with somebody that you gotta continue to jump fire rings through to have them around. To be triangulated with somebody else who is just as narcissistic as they are, just as toxic as they are. Dealing with that nonsense. You want to feel better, feel good, become the best version of you. Simple as that. I promise you, the fog lifts. The fog does lift. This does become just a moment in time. You feel what I'm saying? And it does bother the people who looked at you in the way that the narcissist told everybody that you would. It does bother. It does. Why? Because you wasn't who was how it was painted out to be. You genuinely became you. You genuinely got focused on you. You genuinely wanted to see a better version of you because you wanted that for you. Not that you had to prove it to anybody else. The narcissist had to continue to use that energy to prove to people that you were the wrong decision. And they have to hold that up and continue to do that. Focus on what it takes to lift this fog every single day. And I promise you, when you know, and that's putting in the habits, that's putting in the framework of this video, and that's really giving yourself a chance and forgiving yourself for having to deal with that, and actually you have to put that energy back into you. You feel me? So I hope this message finds you well. I'm Fonzie Murph, and I'm out. Peace.